Year makes. Last year at this time, going into game number 6 of the season, the IPFW Mastodons had a record of 1-4. This year they are 3-2, and with the break or two, could be 5-0. This afternoon, the Mastodons play host to the Chippewas from Central Michigan University. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Miles. Welcome once again to IPFW Women's Basketball here on College 5 Sports. I'm joined by Dave Scouten, and Doc, as we said, what a difference a year makes. The Dons playing much better.
Well, this Mastodon team is so much different from we've seen in the past several years. They play great defense, and they also offensively are doing things that are of a team nature rather than the individual.
They're still led by their dynamic duo in the backcourt of Johnny Lewis Carlisle, averaging over 17 points a game, and the senior Ashley Johnson, averaging over 14 points a game. Their opponent today, Doc, the Central Michigan Chippewas, they're 2-4 on the year. They last lost to Michigan Tuesday night by 5 points at home. But they have a veteran lineup. They're going to start 3 juniors and 2 seniors, whereas IPFW are starting a senior, a junior, a sophomore, and 2 freshmen.
Yeah, and the Chippewas have a familiar-looking face on the bench. Coach Kleinfelder spent 3 years here at IPFW, one of which she took a team to the NCAA Regionals.
Now again, it's Eileen Kleinfelder coming back home, so to speak. She's going to face Chris Paul and the IPFW Mastodons. We're looking forward to a great matchup. It's IPFW and Central Michigan. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and opening tap just ahead right here on College 5 Sports.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Hearing Aid Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Scouten. This is Mike Miles, and we're getting ready to call all the action in our women's basketball contest featuring the Chippewas of Central Michigan University and the Mastodons of IPFW. Dave Scouten, starters are being introduced to this crowd here on a cold day outside, but hopefully a hot day here in the Hilliard Gate Sports Center.
This should be a good ball game, Mike. Both teams like to play the defense, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, let's get you the starting lineups for Central Michigan. They are 2-4 overall. At the guards, Stacy Veerhoff is a 5'9" junior from Ottawa, Ohio. Candace Wilson is a 5'8" junior from Akron, Ohio, and Sharonda Hurd, a 5'9" senior out of Lansing, Michigan. The forwards, Dana Westover, a 6'2" junior out of Maple City, Michigan, and Ann Skufka, and is a 6'2" senior out of Flint. Again, the head coach at CMU, Eileen Kleinfelder, and as you said, Dave, she coached here at IPFW in the early 90s. Now for the Mastodons of IPFW, they also run out 3 guards. Ashley Johnson is a 5'8" senior from Kokomo, Indiana. Jenna Lewis Carlisle, 5'6" junior from Lexington, Kentucky. Nan Moore is a 5'8" sophomore out of Detroit. And up front, Samantha Edwards is a 6-foot redshirt freshman from Okemos, Michigan. And jumping center, Lieselot Malfate. Lieselot is a 6'3" freshman from Wetteren, Belgium. The head coach at IPFW is Chris Paul, and he is assisted by the Green Girls, Mahogany and Jenny. We're ready to go. Our officials today, Tina Clark, who will throw the ball up, Bob Enterline and Kim Hobbs. IPFW in the white, and the Dons control the opening tap. And here we go. IPFW will be moving from left to right on your TV screen in the first half. And a turnover, pass intended for Nan Moore, is picked off.
Central Michigan opened up in a man-to-man defense. And it looks like IPFW is going to do the same.
Inside feed, shot off the glass and in by Ann Skufka. The Chips have a 2-0 lead. Back comes IPFW. Again, IPFW 3-2 overall. Their last game was a 73-62 defeat at Ball State last Sunday afternoon. Central Michigan 2-4. A three-pointer up and in by Jonna Lewis Carlisle. Jonna averaging over 17 points a game, and the Dons are on top 3-2. Doc mentioned the Chips' last game was at home Tuesday night against the University of Michigan, and the Chips lost by 5. A turnover there on Central, and the Chips come out with full court pressure. Ashley Johnson's going to need some help. In women's basketball, there is no 10-second line. You have 30 seconds to get off a shot. A little bit different from the men's version.
Once you do cross the line, though, you can't go back over.
Here is Malfate inside, shot up, no good, and the rebound is pulled down by Skufka. And here come the Chips, down 3-2. We played a minute and a half. And we've got a whistle and a player control foul on Central. Dana Westover picks up her first foul. That's the first foul of the game for either team. And IPFW will inbound the ball. Again, Central coming out with full court pressure. Kind of ironic, Doc. I talked with the Central Michigan radio team coming prior to the game, and I said, okay, they're going to come out with pressure? No. Well, but we'll see what happens. Jonna Lewis Carlisle on the drive, and the shot is just a touch strong.
Missed the easy layup and hits the three, so we got to see how that goes.
And Skufka pulls down her second rebound. And here is Central on the attack. Good defense by Ashley Johnson. Long three-point shot is off the mark, and AJ will pull down the rebound. Quickly paced opening moments here on a Saturday afternoon in Fort Wayne. You see Lieselot Malfate, the freshman, with the ball, looking for a cutter. Three-pointer off the rim. Picked up by Stacy Veerhoff, and Stacy's going to try to take it coast to coast. And she knocks it down.
Nice move. Came down the lane, reverse pivot, put the ball in the hoop.
Chippewas now have a 4-3 lead. Let's get it over mid-court. Now Ashley Johnson will set up the show. Malfate takes it strong. The shot is missed, but she is fouled.
Yeah, I think the reason she missed was there was a Chippewa hanging on her arm.
And Chippewa is Stacy Veerhoff. That is her first, team second. Lieselot Malfate will go to the line.
Courtney Reed getting ready to check in for IPFW.
Lieselot 2 of 9 so far at the stripe this season. Make it 2 for 10. As that free throw attempt rolls around and out. As you said, Dave, Courtney Reed, freshman from Ohio, now on the floor, replacing Ashley Johnson. One thing Chris Paul is able to do this year, go to his bench. He can go 9 or 10 deep.
Yeah, he can keep everybody fresh.
Second free throw is good by Lieselot Malfate.
Much better looking free throw that second time around.
We're tied at 4 with 16:46 to go here in the first half. Inside feed, and the pass for Westover is a little strong. Second turnover on Central Michigan.
Real good help defense on the Mastodons that time.
And Moore looking for somebody in white. Gets it to Jonna Lewis Carlisle. Comes the junior from Lexington, Kentucky. Nice feed to Samantha Edwards. The shot is a little short. Rebound picked up by Candace Wilson. Back come the chip. Another lob pass to Dana Westover. The left-hand shot up and in off the glass. And there's a case there where Central took advantage of the size advantage with Dana Westover at 6'2".
They got down the floor very quickly and put the ball right down the lane, and away they go.
There's a ball knocked away from Malfate. Back come the Chips. And shot up and in by Veerhoff. Stacy with her second basket.
Veerhoff that time was in the right place.
And we have a foul called
against Reed.
Courtney Reed commits the first IPFW foul, and we have a timeout on the floor. 15:54 left in the half. 8-4 Central Michigan. You're watching IPFW women's basketball on College 5 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Back at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, along with Dave Scout, this is Mike Moss. 15:54 left in the first half. Central Michigan leading IPFW 8-4. Doc, each team has taken 5 shots, but the Chips have been more successful.
Yeah, IPFW is 1 for 5, but that could easily have been 3 for 5 with the 2 easy shots inside that we missed.
Candace Wilson, number 15, with the basketball, being watched by Courtney Reed. IPFW staying in a man-to-man defense. Veerhoff wants to drive on Jenna Lewis Carlisle. Good D by JLC. 12 on the shot clock. Wilson way up top. She's got to make a move, and she does, and goes right into Malfate. Who are they going to call the foul on?
They called a block, so...
They're going to call it on Courtney Reed. That is her second. Wow, that is the second team foul, both of them on Courtney Reed. And there will be free throws coming as you see the replay. And second look, Doc, that was a good call by the official.
Yeah.
Candace Wilson makes the first of 2 free throws.
A.J. Johnson returns, replaces Courtney Reed.
Candace Wilson came into the game hitting 87% of her free throws, 20 out of 23, and she knocks them both down here. 10-4, Chips on top. Dons have some work to do. Pass intended for Samantha Edwards, knocked out of bounds.
And there was an example of a bounce pass, would have put it right in her hands and she could have hit a layup.
Looks like Ashley Johnson will inbound it to Samantha Edwards. There's a lot of traffic and the ball is loose. And now the official's going to call a jump ball, and on the alternate possession, it will go to Central. Making her first appearance for IPFW this afternoon is Tina Moen. Tina, 6-foot sophomore out of Oslo, Norway. And here comes Central Michigan with the basketball. Stacey Veerhoff looking for somebody with a light brown jersey. Wilson watched by Johnson. 7 on the shot clock. Baseline jumper by Dana Westover is good. She now has 4 points. And when scoring for the Chips, they are up by 8, 12-4. They are currently got an 8-0 run. Tina Moen finally knocks down a J. A badly needed deuce for Tina and the team.
Good look at the basket, and she put it through.
6-point lead for Central as they have the basketball. Pass intended for Westover is off the mark. Substitutions, Hillary O'Connell is number 22, 5th-year senior from Warsaw. Julianne Huna, number 50, is a sophomore from Germany. And Central, Brittany Houghton, number 12, is a 5'11 freshman from Lansing. IPFW inbounds the basketball and nearly throw it away.
They need to sharpen up their half-court defense or offense now. They haven't been able to generate much once they get down and get set up.
Big three-point shot by Jonna Lewis Carlisle. That's her second tray of the day. And the lead is cut. Oh, they're going to call it a long two, not a three. It is 12-8. Lead's cut to 4. Chippewas in their motion offense. Drive to the basket. Shot is missed by Veerhoff, but Stacy is fouled and she'll shoot a couple. Julian Huna charged with her first personal foul. Third on IPFW.
Veerhoff has been very aggressive on the offense. Takes the ball, goes down the lane.
It's a 67% free throw shooter coming in. And she is perfect on that attempt. She now has 5 points. That leads all scores. One more free throw coming. And that one's good as well. Chips are 4 of 4 at the stripe early on. They lead by 8. 13:35 to go here in the first half. Moen in some traffic, and she is called for traveling. That time, Doc Tina found herself amongst 3 Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah, and it wasn't a real good choice on Julian's part to put that ball in the middle with so many defenders around her.
And here is Candace Wilson being picked up in midcourt by Ashley Johnson. Chippewas really like to move the ball around. There's a short shot that is missed by Letitia Luckett, who's on the floor for the first time. The Dons will take possession with 13:18 to go. And Central continues their full court pressure. Pass knocked out of bounds, intended for Johnson, knocked out by Wilson.
And even though Central Michigan hasn't stolen the ball a lot off of this full court pressure defense, it changes IPFW's offensive set and their offensive mode.
Well, the Dons have turned the ball over 5 times. Another 3-point attempt. Oh, JLC is on the money. He has 8 of the 11 Mastodon points. Here is a little baseline jumper, no good. Huna with the board. Here comes IPFW moving in a hurry. Go to the hot hand. 3-pointer missed. And the rebound is pulled down by Candace Wilson. Almost looks like the Chips want to get into a track meet, Doc.
Yeah, they'd like to run the ball. They push it up. They get down and get a shot as quickly as they can, but yet it's usually a good shot.
Wilson gets a pass from Veerhoff. Candace dribbles to her right. Long 3-point shot off the mark. That was by Brittany Houghton. But Central gets the offensive rebound. Fresh 30 seconds. Veerhoff wants to drive on Hillary O'Connell. Good defense by Hillary at the moment. Inside, turnaround jumper is good by Answer. It's her second field goal. 16-11 our score. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Actually, Johnson being hounded by Houghton, by Luckett, I should say. Let's move it around. Lewis Carlisle off the glass, gets the friendly bounce. Jonna Lewis Carlisle now has 10 points.
That was a good move. She faked the long jumper, went in and got a short jumper off the glass.
Ball nearly knocked away. Chips on the perimeter. Veerhoff faked a 3. There is a real 3, and that is no good. Houghton again missed from long distance, and the Dons come up with the rebound. Pass intended for Julianne Huna, knocked away, and there is a timeout on the floor. We will take a break. 11:02 left in the first half. Chippewa 16, Mastodons 13. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 5 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes, and many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
You get a good look at the IPFW bench here at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Mastodons trailing Central Michigan 16-13 with 11 minutes and 2 seconds left until halftime. Dave Skelton at the last time out, IPFW was 1 of 5 from the floor. They have since hit 4 of their last 5 shots, especially Jenna Lewis Carlisle. The Chippewas were 4 out of 5. They are now 6 of 12, so both teams shooting 50% from the floor.
Big difference at this point is the free throw shooting with Central Michigan 4 for 4 and IPFW 1 for 2. Thus the 3-point difference on the scoreboard.
Central Michigan also has a 3-rebound advantage, 7 to 4. AJ trying to get somebody in white with the basketball. Give and go, and Julianne Huna is going to be called for traveling.
And wouldn't you know, the 3-pointer goes in for AJ.
Now take that away. 6 turnovers now on IPFW. Central Michigan has only turned it over 3 times. And here come the chips up the floor, and the person of Candace Wilson. Picked up by Ashley Johnson at midcourt. Westover looking for somebody. Good D by Huna. Both teams playing man-to-man defense. 10 on the shot clock. Sharonda Hurd, their leading scorer, has yet to score here today. 3 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away and picked up by Samantha Edwards. And now it's turned over, and we got a scrum near midcourt. At some point, the officials are going to call a jump ball, and possession will be IPFW's.
There's a nice alert steal by Samantha Edwards. She was in heavy traffic and couldn't quite control the ball. Got a great defensive steal.
Coming in for Central Michigan is number 34, Kayla Zunko. Kayla, 6'1" freshman out of Saginaw. The thumb area of Michigan, and we have a whistle away from the basketball, and I believe Julianne Huna is going to be called for a player control foul. That's her second, team 4th.
Lisa Malfate back into the lineup for Julian.
Come the Chippewas up the floor. They lead 16-13 with 10:19 to go. Moving from right to left on your television screen. A wayward pass from Wilson intended for Letitia Luckett. 4th turnover on Central Michigan.
And the defensive pressure by the Dons that time caused the errant pass.
A brief look at head coach Chris Paul, and he's done a wonderful job with this basketball team. Reach-in foul going to be called on Central's Sharonda Hurd, her first, team 3rd. So we are just about ready to reach the midway point of the first half, 10:04 left on the scoreboard clock. AJ trying to get the ball inbounds. Finally gets it to Malfate. Samantha Edwards.
Nice move.
Nice little pop-up jumper. Samus going to shoot a pair, but nice little fake there.
Yeah, she took it down the lane with authority. Got fouled. It has a nice move.
Dana Westover picks up her 2nd foul. 4th on the Chips. And here is Samantha Edwards, again a redshirt freshman out of Okemos, right outside the campus limits of Michigan State University. There is Eileen Kleinfelter, former IPFW head coach. Edwards had the ball, and there was now confusion at the scorer's table.
Yeah.
Samantha Edwards able to knock down both free throws.
Even if she had the double pump on the last one. Usually that'll throw you off.
Chips bring in some fresh players.
IPFW going with the full court pressure.
Angel Chan, number 24, who has the basketball. Angel's a 5'9" sophomore from the Grand Rapids suburb of Wyoming, Michigan. Nice play there. Pass intended for Westover, knocked out of bounds by Malfate. They're going to say it's IPFW's ball. Wow.
Ooh,
break
okay.
for the Dons.
Well, we won't turn it down.
Oh, no. It's the Christmas season. Ashley Johnson being hounded. Gives up the ball, and look out. Fortunately, the action was about 6 feet to the left of our location. IPFW will inbound it again. 9:36 left in the first half. It is Central Michigan 16, IPFW 15. And Central Michigan, Dave Skelton, has been tenacious on the defense, to put it mildly.
They have played very good defense.
Shauna Lewis in the trees. Off the rim, no good. And we're going to have a push-off foul on Lisa Lott Malfate. Her first, team fifth. And that concerns the IPFW Brain Trust. Here's Angel Chan. Brings the ball up over midcourt.
Central Michigan very, very patient, but yet.
Nice steal by H.E. for a brief second, but Westover picks it off. Long shot, three-pointer is no good by Zunko. Chips get the offensive board. Vierhoff takes it strong, and she draws a foul. Jonna Lewis Carlisle picks up her first personal foul. That is team foul number 6. Comes with exactly 9 minutes left in the half, and Dana Westover, 53% free throw shooter, misses the first. There's one more coming. And Skufka, number 32, back on the floor. Hannah Tiki making her first appearance, number 2 for IPFW. Hannah, 5'9" freshman from Kokomo. Second free throw, no good. Nan Moore picks up the ball. Oh, the Dons dodged 2 bullets there,
yeah,
Dave.
and that gives us a shot now to come down and take the lead.
Malfate fakes
Nice.
off the glass, no good.
Nice
Skufka
move.
with the board. That's the 4th shot the Dons have had in close. It has been just a touch strong and has bounced off the rim.
But it was a great move to get down to take the shot.
Wilson on the left side kicks it up to Stacy Vierhoff. Central's looking for that backdoor cutter. Off the glass, no good. Samantha Edwards with the rebound. Again, IPFW the chance to take the lead. Tiki from long distance, and that's no good. Ball out of bounds, and who's it going to? With IPFW. Over picks it off. Long shot, three-pointer is no good by Zunko. Chips get the offensive board. Vierhoff takes it strong, and she draws a foul. Jonna Lewis Carlisle picks up her first personal foul. That is team foul number 6. Comes with exactly 9 minutes left in the half, and Dana Westover, 53% free throw shooter, misses the first. There's one more coming. And Skufka, number 32, back on the floor. Hannah Tiki making her first appearance, number 2 for IPFW. Hannah, 5'9" freshman from Kokomo. Second free throw, no good. Nan Moore picks up the ball. Oh, the Dons dodged 2 bullets there, Dave.
Yeah, and that gives us a shot now to come down and take the lead.
Malfate fakes
Nice.
off the glass, no good.
Nice
Skufka
move.
with the board. That's the 4th shot the Dons have had in close. It has been just a touch strong and has bounced off the rim.
But it was a great move to get down to take the shot.
Wilson on the left side kicks it up to Stacy Vierhoff. Central's looking for that backdoor cutter. Off the glass, no good. Samantha Edwards with the rebound. Again, IPFW the chance to take the lead. Tiki from long distance, and that's no good. Ball out of bounds, and who's it going to? With IPFW, we saw Eileen Kleinfelter try to do a selling job with the officials. Pointing,
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
hey, let's go the other way. Johnson looking, going to give it up. She's going to lose it. 5-second call.
Yeah.
That's, I won't say unforgivable, Dave, but for all base purposes, it is.
Well, it is when you have so many timeouts anymore at your disposal. Take one.
4 players on the floor that need to get open somehow. Comes Central again with the basketball. Stacey Vuroff wants to drive on Hannah Tiki. Good D by the freshman.
Really good. She stood her ground very well.
Here's Vuroff. And now she makes her move. Shot is short, but Stacey Vuroff is fouled, and she'll go back to the line where she made a couple of just a short time ago.
Yeah, Stacey got the first step ahead of the defender, and that's all she wrote.
Timeout on the floor. 7:49 left in the first half. Central Michigan 16, IPFW 15. You're watching Mastodon women's basketball on College 5 Sports.
Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Your graduate university.
A unique view of the court here at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center on the campus of IPFW, and along with Dave Scout, this is Mike Maas. 7 minutes, 49 seconds until the halftime intermission, and it's been a dogfight, but Doc, the score has been 16-15 in favor of the visitors for quite some time.
Quite some time. We were able to close the gap to the 1 point with a couple of free throws. Now we'll see what happens as
Stacey Vuroff misses the free throw. She came into the game hitting 67% of her free throws. She's now 2 of 3 on the afternoon. Also has a couple of field goals for 6 points. Second free throw coming, and that is good. So it is a 2-point Chippewa lead. And again, Central Michigan putting an enormous amount of pressure on. Dons with their short team on the floor. Nan Moore, Courtney Reed, Samantha Edwards.
Hannah Tiki down in one corner.
And the big gal, Lisa Malfate, with the ball. 8 in the shot clock. Courtney Reed's got to do something. Nan Moore for 3. Off the rim, and a reach over the back foul going to be called on Hannah Tiki. And that is 2 quick fouls on the freshman. It's also the 8th team foul, so with 7:21 left in the first half, Central Michigan goes to the free throw line.
And they'll very quickly be into the 2-shot free throw every time.
And it looks like it will be Sharonda Hurd. Ironically, the leading skips coming in, averaging the chips are 7 out of 10 at the stripe.
Yeah, yeah.
And 30-second timeout has been called by Eileen Kleinfelter. Again, her team up 19-15. And interesting time to call that timeout.
Yeah, it might be a time where IPFW can use this time to get their offense organized.
Want to remind you to keep up with IPFW women's basketball each week through the season by tuning into the Chris Paul Show. Can be seen 3 times a week. Wednesdays at 6:30, Fridays at 6:30, and Saturdays at 12:30. Chris and yours truly, Mike Miles, review recent games. We talk with players and guests and preview upcoming action as well. Again, it's the Chris Paul Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 6:30, Saturdays at 12:30, right here on College 5 Sports. Now the timeout is over. The Dons will inbound the basketball. Again, facing full court man-to-man pressure. Samantha Edwards gets it over the midcourt line. Let's see what IPFW can do. They're down by 4. We're near the 7-minute mark. Pass knocked away, intended for Edwards, knocked out by Skufka. 13 on the shot clock, 7:03 on the first half game clock. And boy, Eileen Kleinfelter is really working Bob Enterline, Doc.
Taking
favorable calls.
Taking advantage of Samantha tying her shoestring.
Sam in the paint, shot no good. Rebounded by Sharonda Hurd. Chips had a lady open down low, but Candace Wilson did not get it to her. Vierhoff, turnaround jumper off the rim. Picked off by Edwards, and we got a reach-in foul on Stacey Vierhoff. And for Stacey, that is her second foul, just the 15th foul on Central Michigan. Julianne Huna back on the floor, replacing Lisa Lott Malfate for IPFW. 6:41 left until halftime. Chippewas 19, Mastodons 15. Comes Jonna Lewis Carlisle to the floor, gives it off to Courtney Reed.
Julianne Huna has a little better shot inside, so let's see if they try to get her inside.
She also has long arms.
Yes, she does.
Jonna Lewis Carlisle has 10 points. Reed for 3. Yes.
That was a big one. We needed that to stay close.
Courtney Reed with their first points of the afternoon, but here comes Central right back. Short shot is missed by Zunko. Put back, no good, and we got a foul underneath. And Central Michigan, Dave Skelton, is owning the boards right now.
They're very aggressive on the boards.
Nan Moore is going to be charged with the personal. That is her first, team 9th. Comes with 6:06 left here in the first half, and Sharonda Hurd made 2 free throws a short time ago. Knocks down another one right there.
Tina Moen and Hillary O'Connell into the IPFW lineup.
We talk about that rebounding edge for Central. 14-8 right now. Chips own the glass. Hurd, perfect on that free throw. She is now 4 of 4 at the charity stripe. And again, IPFW having trouble getting the ball in. That's something I got a feeling is going to be addressed in the locker room at halftime. JLC off the glass, no good.
A good shot, couldn't get it to fall.
Looks like IPFW has been just a touch strong on their shots today.
A little bit, but part of that's been because it's been off the move and they haven't been able to get set for her.
Stacey Vierhoff wants to drive on Hillary O'Connell. Shot is no good, but Vierhoff is fouled. There's the first personal on the former Warsaw Tiger, Hillary O'Connell.
Central Michigan likes to get that ball down under in close and let that player operate for a jump shot.
10th team foul, so it's 2 free throws coming for Stacey Vierhoff. And she knocks the first one down. She's now 5 of 5 at the line.
Vierhoff.
Stacey Vierhoff. Stacey is a 5'9" junior out of Ottawa, Ohio. One more free throw coming. Chips hitting their free throws.
Ottawa's not too far from here.
Well, it's a 5-point Central Michigan lead. Ashley Johnson back on the court. We're nearing the 5.5-minute mark here in the first half. 23-18 our score. Tina Moen also back on the floor. And the Dons got a break. Pass intended for O'Connell was deflected out of bounds by Sharonda Hurd.
Yeah, it went off of Sharonda's foot and she was starting to move up court.
18 seconds left on the 30-second shot clock. Huna makes her move. Shot is partially blocked, but O'Connell picks up the loose ball. Down to 10. Jonna Lewis Carlisle. Turnaround jumper off the rim, but Moen with an offensive board and a fresh 30. Oh, nice feed from O'Connell to Huna.
There's the inside shot. Julianne's really good inside. She'll get the bucket.
Nice feed from Hillary O'Connell to Julianne Huna. Julianne in the book with her first points of the day. The lead down to 3. Long 3-point shot is off the mark by Wilson. Huna with the rebound.
Air ball, as they say.
AJ kicks it out. Jonna Lewis, strong, but Moen with the offensive board. Triple teamed, and she's, oh, wow, they call a traveling call on Tina Moen to the dismay of the IPFW faithful.
Yeah. And Tina's done a nice job on the boards as she's come in, particularly the offensive boards.
Mastodons now with 8 turnovers. Central breathes a sigh of relief for the moment. They're up 23-20. Under 4.5 minutes here in the first half. Here is Sharonda Hurd. Houghton, spin move, no good, and a foul was called underneath. Looks like Tina Moen's going to be guilty of the infraction. Chris Paul pleading with Tina Clark, saying, hey, watch the traveling, watch the dragging of the pivot foot. Here's Brittany Houghton at the line for the first of 2. And it is good. That is Brittany's first points of the day. She's a 5'11 freshman out of Lansing. And now we've got a momentary delay. Houghton came in hitting 77% of her free throw attempts. That one is off the mark, and Ashley Johnson pulls down the board. Chips are now 12 of 16 at the line. Hillary O'Connell just a little short on the 3 ball. Nice hustle, though, by the senior. Forces a jump ball. Possession will go to Central, but it's good hustle by Hillary O'Connell. 24-20 is the score. We're near the 4-minute mark. Wilson on the left side. Good defense by Huna. Long turnaround jumpers, no good. Jonna Lewis Carlisle, the smallest player on the floor, picks up the rebound.
She had great position that time on the opposite side of the floor.
And we have a bump foul going to be called on Candace Wilson. And that will force a timeout with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the first half. Our score, Central Michigan University 24, IPFW 20. We'll take a break. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 5 Sports.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. Combine ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
A message from CASA, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
A unique view once again of the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, but a neat view it is. You get a look at Chris Paul, and to his right, your left on the TV screen, Mahogany Green. First year as an assistant for the Dons. Tina Moen cut off. Huna down low, spin move, and it's knocked away. Julianne again gets it, misses the shot. Tina fights for it. So the Dons are hustling underneath, but the ball is almost thrown away, and it is now picked up by Central.
Tina Moen has had about 4 offensive rebounds in the last 3 or 4 minutes of action.
We were talking during the break, Dave Scout, and both teams have cooled off considerably from the floor.
Yeah, they really have.
Central Michigan has missed their last 7 shots from the floor.
And IPFW is only 2 out of their last 13.
Scrum underneath between Stacey Veerhoff and Hillary O'Connell, and on the alternate possession, IPFW will have it.
Hillary's been scrappy. She's been jumping for that ball anytime it's loose.
Dana Westover, number 4, coming back on the floor. Again, you get a look at Eileen Kleinfelter, And Dave, you remember Eileen when she was here in the early 90s?
Yeah, Eileen had 3 years here at IPFW, one of which was a very good season, 22-7 as I recall. Went to the NCAA playoffs.
O'Connell knocks down a tray.
The bank is open.
Hillary O'Connell makes her first points of the day.
Off the glass.
Brings IPFW to within one, 24-23 with 2:50 to go in the first half. Oh, nearly knocked away that time from Luckett. Smothering defense by Jeff Carlisle.
Good help defense.
And Central throws it away. They're going to say Westover stepped on the end line.
And Tina Mullen came over and took away the baseline. Great defensive move by Tina.
8th turnover on the Chippewas. IPFW has turned it over 9 times. Here comes AJ, Ashley Johnson up the floor. Hillary's going to try it. Oh, I thought she was going to try it again. She moved in, hits the rim with the shot, and the ball goes out of bounds, and they say it is Central Michigan's ball. Hillary O'Connell had a wide open look, almost the identical spot, but I give her credit. She took a step in to make it hopefully a better angle shot.
But it was that hesitation that threw off her timing just a little bit.
Angel Chan. Vierhoff wants to drive, and now we got a whistle away from the basketball, and I think Julianne Hoon is going to be called for the foul. And that is 3 on the sophomore from Germany.
Yeah, that's not good news that she's picked up 3, and it's also not good news that Central Michigan's going to the free throw line.
And it's double bonus, and has been double bonus situation for some time. Dana Westover misses. She is now 0 for 3 at the line. Dana came into the game having hit just 10 of 19 free throws on the year. She's now 10 of 22. One more free throw coming. Now Fate back on the floor for Julianne Hooner for IPFW. Another miss. Well, IPFW knows down crunch time in the second half who to foul.
We'll take a look at the basket now. Come on, gang.
And more, just inside the arc, off the rim, no, and a reach over foul on Malfate.
And that won't be good news either, I don't think.
That is the second foul on Lisa Lott Malfate. Comes with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. The teams will head down to the opposite end of the floor. Natalie Roberts comes to the scorer's table. Natalie is a 6'2" junior out of Connersville, Indiana. She'll come in after this first free throw attempt by Dana Westover. That one is good. Dana's now 1 for 5. See Chris Paul. Stays in shape by walking up and down in front of his bench during the course of a game. Second free throw is also good, so Westover is now 2 out of 6 at the line. It is a 3-point Central Michigan lead as we are at the 2-minute mark. Ashley Johnson will be picked up by Candace Wilson at midcourt. Edwards back on the floor. Natalie Roberts is a left-hander. Let's see if she uses that to her advantage. Cut off by Westover. JLC for 3. Off the mark. The rebound pulled down by Letitia Luckett. Near the 1.5-minute mark of the first half. Central Michigan with a 3-point lead in the basketball. Nice play by AJ. And her pass is knocked out of bounds by Wilson, intended for Lewis Carlisle.
Yeah, great help side defense that time by AJ. Came from the left side of the court, picked off the pass, kept Central Michigan from scoring a bucket.
Kayla Zunko, number 34, back on the floor for the Chips, along with Ann Skufka. 1:23 and counting here in the first half. IPFW down by 3, but they have the basketball. Almost need to score this possession. Johnny Lewis Carlisle, short. Rebound pulled off by Skufka. The Dons have gone cold now. They're under 30% from the floor for the first half. Chips working around inside. Skufka knocks it down. Or make that Zunko.
Yeah.
Kayla Zunko, 32. Or 34, they're not 32. AJ looking for help. And we've got
IPFW stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds, yeah.
Chris Paul.
Another turnover.
Wanting to ask Kim Hobbs, who was it? Doesn't matter. 10 turnovers on the Mastodons. We're down to 31 seconds here in the half. Give and go. Shot is missed by Luckett, but Letitia is fouled, and she'll shoot 2. The foul is called on Jonna Lewis Carlisle. 29.5 seconds left here in the half. And Letitia Luckett makes the first. That's a bonus for the Chips because Luckett came into the game hitting just 39% of her foul shots. One more coming. And that's good as well.
Central Michigan has scored more points in free throws than they have in from the field.
And it's 30-23. Dons with the last possession of the half. The shot clock is off.
And Central Michigan is not just allowing them to step back.
Ashley Johnson is fouled by Candace Wilson.
It's a good person to foul from IPFW standpoint because she's shooting about 90% for the season.
Second foul on Wilson, and here is Ashley Johnson, who's only missed 2 free throws all year. Didn't jinx her that time, thank goodness. She makes the first. That is her first point of the day.
Only problem is there's going to be 15 seconds left for Central Michigan. Plenty of time to come down and get a shot.
Second free throw is good. 30-25. Wilson being hounded by AJ in the lane. Shot up and good with 7 seconds to go.
And clock running.
Here comes AJ. 3, 2, 1. Can she get it off? Oh, it is. She did get it off, but it's off the mark. And the half comes to a close. And as the teams head to the locker room, IPFW finds himself on the short end of a 32-25 score. We will take a break and then commence with halftime proceedings. Again, Central Michigan leads IPFW at the break 32-25. Back in a moment with more IPFW women's basketball right here on College 5 Sports.
At a rate of 3 per hour. Unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Your graduate university.
Nothing gets my blood pumping more than a packed stadium, fans cheering, and the swish of a perfect basket. When I was diagnosed with colon cancer, it became an eerie silence. Early detection helped me, and it can help you too. Today, colon cancer can be treated with minimally invasive surgery, which will get you back in the game sooner than open surgery. I want you to meet my friend, Dr. Michael Harris, who's joined me in the fight.
Good one, Coach. Each year, more than 145,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Here You Game Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Skelton. This is Mike Moss. It is the intermission, and after 20 minutes of play, the IPFW Mastodons find themselves on the short end of a 32-25 score facing the Chippewas from Central Michigan University. Well, we have a special guest that we're going to chat with for a few moments, and today's special guest is the NCAA
Faculty Athletic Representative.
Thank you, Elliot Blumenthal. Elliot, you've been at the university for a long time, but some of our viewers may not know who you are, so tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I'm in the Department of Biology, an associate professor. I've been the faculty athletic rep for about, I think, 7 years now, and seen the transition from D2 to D1, and it's exciting right now that we're in a conference.
What exactly is an NCAA faculty athletic representative? Obviously, you have some kind of contact with the student athletes.
Yeah, I am the liaison. I guess I'm supposed to oversee the academic integrity of the athletic program here. I'm not associated specifically with the athletic department. And I am the liaison between the athletes and their professors. And I'm the liaison between the athletes and their coaches as well. So I go both ways. And we're supposed to make sure that the students are eligible to play, that they're attending classes, that they're studying, and make sure that they're above board with all that they do.
Sounds like you're a federal mediator only at the collegiate level.
Absolutely, and sometimes it comes down to that as well. But we don't have a missed class policy at IPFW, and there can be many problems associated with that, especially trying to keep the student athletes in class, interested in class, up to date with all their assignments and things like that.
Well, perhaps more than any other sport, the sport of basketball is the roughest road for a student athlete to travel for that very reason. They travel. As we're speaking, we're here at an IPFW women's basketball game at home, but Dane Fife's men's team is playing the Air Force Academy as we speak out in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So, and they've had a tough week because they were in Southeast Missouri earlier this week. They're going to go to Michigan State next week. When a student athlete misses a lot of time due to his participation in intercollegiate athletics, what's the general feel of the faculty members?
The faculty understandably get frustrated with the students not being in class. They don't want, and we don't want either, the student athletes to have special privileges above other students, so that we make sure that they keep in touch with the faculty, make up assignments. If they are missing an exam, maybe they're going to have to take it on the road or take it before they leave, but we make sure that they're keeping up the communication and all the assignments with the faculty. And they don't get any special privileges. This is something that we have to do, and they've come on board, the student athletes have, knowing that they're going to have to maintain this type of communication.
When Mark Pope became director of athletics 5.5 years ago, he made it known very plainly, very clearly, and very early on that he wanted as a goal for his student athletes to maintain a 3-point grade point average out of a 4-point scale. I think this is now 4 semesters in a row that, as a whole, the student athletes have obtained that mark. So again, you're talking with student athletes, with professors. You're also talking with Mark as well.
That's right. Well, we're very proud of the fact that our student athletes are doing as well as they are. We have total support from both the chancellor and the athletic director. If there are problems, it's going to go more towards the side of the academic side rather than the athletic side. And if a student can't maintain their GPA, can't maintain their responsibilities in class, then they're going to miss out on the athletic coordinator.
A job well done. Keep up the good work, and thanks for appearing with us on Halftime.
Well, thanks.
Again, we've been chatting with Elliot Blumenthal, the NCAA faculty athletic representative here at IPFW. We'll take a break. Dave Skelton will rejoin me. We'll go over the first half, look at some numbers and highlights as well. 32-25, Chippewas over the Mastodons at the break. This is IPFW Women's Basketball, and you're watching it on College 5 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
living with diabetes is the pits.
When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is check my blood sugar.
I just want to feel like all the other kids without pricking my fingers or injecting myself with insulin.
Diabetes is rough on my whole family.
When I was diagnosed, my mom couldn't stop crying. But imagine a cure.
Right now, as many as 3 million children and adults are living with type 1 diabetes. They will never outgrow it. Some will face complications like kidney failure, blindness, and heart disease. That's why the science the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is supporting is so critical. Imagine a cure.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam.
Ewa. Rida. Apa ya Pak? Pak.
Mir. Shanti.
Nhiệt sang nhóc đi.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La paix.
around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
But with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
Back at the Gates Center, Dave Skelton, Mike Miles with you. Highlights from the first half of play.
There's that jump shot from Tina Moan shortly after she came in.
John Lewis Carlisle. Long distance.
And that's the one we weren't sure was 2 or 3, and they had it right. It was 2.
Well, I had it in my book as a 3 for a second. Try to get every point we can.
That's right.
IPFW, friendly bounce off the rim there. Courtney Reed with her only field goal of the first half, and it was from long distance. There's that nice feed from Hillary O'Connell into Julianne Huna. Don's on the run, and Hillary joined the scoring parade as well. And some of the highlights from the first half of action. We're going to see numbers here momentarily, Dave. But there are a time where IPFW was hitting some shots well, and then both teams went into the tank. You get to look at some of those numbers.
At one time, IPFW was 5 for 10. Now they've gone 3 for the last 19, and that's not going to get it done.
As you see, both teams with 8 field goals from the floor. Chips hitting 38% of their shots, 28% for the Dons. No 3-point field goals for Central Michigan. IPFW 4 of 11, where the Chips have cashed in, have been at the foul line. 16 out of 22. IPFW just 5 of 6. Assist IPFW with a lead of 1. Rebounding Central Michigan 20-16 advantage there, and the Chips have stolen the ball 4 times, IPFW twice. So the Dons have some work to do as they come onto the floor warming up for the second half.
Yeah, hopefully this second half, Central Michigan won't get into that bonus on the free throw shooting quite so early. They were shooting free throws at
will.
Yeah.
Stacey Veerhoff, 9 points for the Chippewas. Dana Westover with 6. Ann Skufka with 4 for IPFW. John Lewis Carlisle with 10. Courtney Reed and Hillary O'Connell with 3 apiece. So, again, we're going to take one more break, come back for the second half. It's 32-25, Central Michigan with the lead. We're back in a moment with more IPFW women's basketball right here on College 5 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
When it comes to dogs, cats, and kids, sharing just comes naturally. They share their toys, their beds, even their favorite snacks. But pets and people can share other things as well, like disease. Zoonotic diseases are illnesses that can be transmitted from animals to humans, like leptospirosis, or diseases that affect both people and pets, like Lyme disease. Fortunately, you can help reduce the risk by visiting your veterinarian. Your veterinarian can help protect against zoonotic disease and potentially harmful parasites. Most important, a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent health problems before they become serious. So share affection, not illness, and ask your veterinarian about zoonotic disease protection for all your loved ones. A message from the American Veterinary Medical Association and your local veterinarians.
5,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
We're about 30 seconds away from the start of the second half. Central Michigan will have the basketball. They're going to come out with their original starting five. Dana Westover, Stacy Veerhoff, Candace Wilson, Ann Skufka, and Sharonda Hurd. As you see Chris Paul giving last-moment instruction to his charges. Dave Scouten, one change for IPFW. Ashley Johnson is not going to start. Courtney Reed will start in her place, along with Jenna Lewis Carlisle, Lisa Lott Malfade. Hillary O'Connell gets the start in the second half in place of Nan Moore, and Samantha Edwards comes out as well. So Chris Paul has made two changes to start this second half. Central Michigan will have the ball to start the second half as well, and for IPFW, it's defensive stops the call of the day.
I think, too, the slight revisions in the lineup is probably trying to get some more offensive punch in there.
You get a good look at Chris Paul. Took over the reins midway through last season. Won 5 of his final 6 games, and in fact, he won his last 5 games of the year.
Quick update on a score. The men are playing Air Force and at halftime trailing 34-29.
Let's hope Dane Fife's squad can pull off the upset in rarefied air. Give and go, and Sharonda Hurd misses a shot, but offensive rebound for Central, and we got bodies flying all over the place.
And that time, Lisa Lott Malfay did the right thing. Held her hands straight up. Made it tough for the offense.
Lisa Lott has 2 personal fouls, can have a 4th and 3rd, as Jonna Lewis Carlisle. Candace Wilson runs into
offensive foul.
Malfade, and the freshman pulls off the gym. Candace Wilson now with 3 personal fouls. Just 18 seconds into the second half, and now IPFW down 7 has the basketball. Jonna Lewis Carlisle had 10. Nice give and go to Reed, off the glass and in.
That's what they've been looking for.
Courtney Reed on a feed from Jonna Lewis Carlisle, and the deficit is cut to 5. Sharonda Hurd being watched by Jonna Lewis Carlisle. She's got some size advantage if she wants to take advantage of. Hurd, left-handed shot, bounces off the rim. Put back by Westover. And she draws a foul, and she'll shoot 2.
Jonna Lewis Carlisle.
That is the 3rd personal on Jonna Lewis Carlisle. First team foul here in the second half. Hannah Tiki comes to the scorer's table. She will come in after the first of 2 free throws by Dana Westover. And Dana, we've been corrected. I've been corrected. Misses the first. She now officially is 2 of 5 at the charity stripe. Now here is Hannah Tiki, the freshman from Kokomo, in for Jonna Lewis Carlisle. Westover with 1 more free throw, and that's off the mark too.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close.
PFW. Chris Paul calls a set play number. Now a pass intended for Tiki, picked off by Candace Wilson, and she's going to go coast to coast and left-handed off the glass and in.
Yeah, that's a good defensive move. She stepped into the passing lane, lo and behold, there the ball was, and away she goes.
6 points now for Candace Wilson. Chips back up by 7, 34 to 27. We played nearly a minute and a half of the second half. Tiki inside the Malfade in the block. Spin move off the glass and in.
Great move, great move. If she can keep doing that, she's unstoppable.
First field goal of the afternoon for Lisa Lott Mel. Dons again creep to within 5. Candace Wilson way up top. FW staying in a man-to-man defense. Veerhoff in the trees, looks for help. Give and go, pass for Westover. Somehow gets it to Wilson. 3 on the shot clock, off the rim and no good. Malfate with the rebound. Here comes IPFW. Courtney Reed stops, pops, and is short. Hurd with the board. Both teams are not exactly lighting up the scoreboard.
No, they're picking up where they left off.
T. Veerhoff looks for somebody in a light brown jersey. 10 on the shot clock. Give and go underneath the Skufka, off the glass and in. Chips utilized almost the entire 30-second possession there. We got the easy shot from Ann Skufka. She now has 6 points.
And that's been an effective offensive set for Central Michigan. They've capitalized on that 3 or 4 times.
Malfate has it knocked away, picked up by the Chips, and here's Stacy Veerhoff on the run. Veerhoff is fouled as she misses shot. And that time, Doc, it looked as if, well, Central just packed it in on Lisa Lott Malfate.
Yeah, they sure did.
Anna Tiki picks up her 3rd foul. That'll bring Ashley Johnson up off the bench. Second Mastodon foul here in the second half. And here is Stacy Veerhoff. She misses. And officially now, Stacy Veerhoff is 5 of 9. Inadvertently credited 2 misses to Westover in the first half. AJ back on the floor, and the Dons down by 7. Second free throw by Stacy Veerhoff, rolls around and in.
8-point spread.
Ball was knocked out of bounds, and they're giving it to Central. Clearly knocked out of bounds by, I thought it was by Veerhoff, either Veerhoff or Hurd.
Well, the officials are now conferring.
And IPFW will get the ball back. And it looks like Kim Hobbs is explaining to Eileen Kleinfelter, hey, we can correct our mistakes too.
Yeah, I like to see that when officials concur. Get it right.
Johnson being hounded by Wilson. Julianne Huna back on the floor. Turnaround jumper is off the mark, but Julianne is fouled. And the sophomore from Germany is going to shoot a couple. Foul charge to Ann Skufka. That is her first. Team second. Julianne Huna. Hey, we can correct our mistakes too.
Yeah, I like to see that when officials concur. Get it right.
Johnson being hounded by Wilson. Julianne Huna back on the floor. Turnaround jumper is off the mark, but Julianne is fouled. And the sophomore from Germany is going to shoot a couple. Foul charge to Ann Skufka. That is her first. Team second. And it looks like Kim Hobbs is explaining to Eileen Kleinfelter, hey, we can correct our mistakes too.
Yeah, I like to see that when officials concur. Get it right.
Johnson being hounded by Wilson. Julianne Huna back on the floor. Turnaround jumper is off the mark, but Julianne is fouled. And the sophomore from Germany is going to shoot a couple. Foul charge to Ann Skufka. That is her first. Team second. Julianne Huna.
Need a couple of free ones here.
Knocks down the first. I didn't want to jinx her because she was only 50% for the year coming in. She has 3 points on the afternoon. Make it 4. She knocks down both free throws. 37-31. Central Michigan lead is 6.
And IPFW has continued with this full court pressure. Again, it seems to have altered the offensive set that Central is able to get into.
Veerhoff wants to work on Hillary O'Connell. Chips move it around the perimeter. Wilson inside to Skufka. Loose ball. Who's got it? It's a last touched, I believe, by Julianne Huna.
Yeah, good hustle.
Central Michigan retains possession with 7 seconds on the shot clock. 16-10 on the second half game clock. Letitia Luckett, number 20, checks in at the scorer's table. She replaces Sharonda Hurd. Chippewas will inbound it. Luckett, the drive off the glass, no good, and Tiki walks with the basketball. Wow.
Tough break.
Kayla should say Zunko, back on the floor for Central Michigan. She wears number 34. Well, Chips just got an early Christmas present. Let's see if they can convert. Luckett, watched by Hannah Tiki. Both teams have started stretching out that man-to-man defense here in the second half, and we got a bump foul.
Yeah.
A touch foul on Julianne Huna. That is her fourth, team third. Timeout on the floor. 15:53 left here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Central Michigan 37, IPFW 31. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Funny.
Indiana University Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on a cold December Saturday afternoon on the outside. Here inside at the HGSC. Central Michigan University from the Mid-American Conference has a 6-point lead over the soon-to-be Mid-Continent Conference IPFW Mastodons, 37-31. Angel Chan has checked in. She will inbound the basketball to Candace Wilson for Central Michigan. Tina Mullins checked in for IPFW. Chan, top of the key, 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, she carried the ball. It caught on her hip.
There's a traveling call. Shuffling the feet. What is Angel Chan? That is the 10th Chippewa turnover this afternoon. And IPFW, as pass is knocked out of bounds from Tiki, intended for Johnson, knocked out by Wilson. IPFW came into this game with a 3-2 mark. Central Michigan 2-4. And here is the senior from Kokomo, Johnson with the ball. Ashley averages over 14 points a game. What she's got is a pair of free throws. There's a ball that is kicked. IPFW will retain possession and then put 15 seconds on the shot clock. It's a rule. When it's under 15 seconds, it reverts to 15 on the shot clock. 15 on the game clock.
15s are wild, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a lot of Malfate, Samantha Edwards, Hannah Tiki, Tina Moen, and Ashley Johnson on the floor for IPFW. Dana Westover coming in, replacing Ann Suka. So you've got Angel Chan and Westover and Candace Wilson.
There's
Zunko,
the shot.
Tina
Good
Moen
shot.
short on the shot. And here come the chips on the run. Chan, lob pass inside. Count the bucket by Zunko.
That was a tremendous effort by Zunko to catch the ball, number one, and then to hit the layup, number two.
IPFW foul is on Ashley Johnson, her first, team third. Chance for the conventional three-point play by Kayla Zunko. Well, the free throw was no good, and Samantha Edwards with the rebound. Zunko now with 4 points, 8-point lead. And there's the ball tipped away. Good play by Westover. And taking it coast to coast, the left-handed layup is Letitia Luckett. Chris Paul says we need a timeout. 14:51. And IPFW has work. 60. IPFW with work to do as they now trail 41-31. Let's take a break. More IPFW basketball coming up next here on College 5 Sports.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, bonds.
And CDs.
Way to go. Better balance.
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch, just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Back at the Gates Center, IPFW came off the timeout and committed another turnover, and it's turned over twice in essence. They not only turned the ball over, but they committed a foul. Hannah Tiki. And coming right back, missing the bunny, was Luckett. And here's Malfate, coast to coast, short on the layup. Ball is out of bounds. IPFW with possession, and Dave, we noted now coming out of that timeout, IPFW had one sophomore and 4 freshmen on the floor.
Yeah, they're young. They're energetic. Let's see if they can go.
John Lewis Carlisle has come back onto the floor. Now you have a junior, sophomore, and 3 freshmen. JLC with 10 points, all in the first half. Moen in the paint, 10-footer is good. Tina Moen now has 2 field goals.
And it was a nice move in the lane.
41-33 is our score. Central Michigan with the lead in the basketball as we near the 14-minute mark. Candace Wilson running the show from the point.
IPFW is continuing to play that man-to-man defense. Sticky.
Long three-point shot is no good. Edwards had the rebound. Her outlet pass for Lewis Carlisle was knocked out of bounds by a pesky Letitia Luckett. Jonna Lewis Carlisle doesn't have much room to throw the ball in the corner of the court on the Central Michigan bench. And her pass is picked off by Chan. Picked back. Give and take.
Stolen back by Tina Moen, yeah.
Samantha Edwards has a shot partially blocked. Malfate picks it up. And she travels with a basketball. IPFW faithful not happy, but they saw the upper body and didn't see the shuffling of the feet.
The nice thing that time was that Lisa Lott took the ball, shot it off the glass, and it went in. So as long as she keeps doing that, she'll be all right.
Dana Westover watched by Samantha Edwards. Pass picked off by Edwards. Boy, Samantha Edwards has played some very nice back help defense
Yes,
today.
she sure has.
Courtney Reed now running the point. Picked up by Wilson. Central trying to extend their man-to-man defense. So Samantha Edwards says, I'll just take a pop-up shot. A little strong. Fight for the loose ball. Malfate comes up with it. Reed for three, and that's off the mark.
He was halfway down and bounced back out.
Under 13 minutes, Central Michigan with an 8-point lead on the basketball. Luckett got away with a travel.
Yeah, she sure did.
No, she didn't.
Oh, they called it.
Tina Clark, our lead official, says no, she did travel.
A little slow on the whistle, but...
And Eileen Kleinfelder, you can read lips, said, wait a minute, there was a foul committed before the travel. That meets with deaf ears. Stacey Vierhoff back on the floor for Central Michigan.
The foul was before the second travel.
Natalie Roberts on the floor for IPFW. Tina Moen will inbound it.
Somebody's got to work to get loose. Here we go.
Jonna Lewis Carlisle back to Tina. And Reed has it picked off. Hurd, left-handed layup is good. First field goal of the day for the leading scorer for Central Michigan, and the Dons turn it over again. And that's going to drive Chris Paul nuts. The lead is up to 10.
Well, they got to play the strong defense. Shut them down.
Candace Wilson downtown, shot no good. Westover and Malfate fight for the ball. And Roberts picks it up. I really think, Dave Skelton, that IPFW is just not focused as they could be.
Well, they've been having a lot of difficulty handling the ball.
That's what I'm alluding to. Nice feed to Malfate off the glass and in.
Good bucket.
Count it, and she is fouled. Foul, I believe, is going to be charged to Zunko, Kayla Zunko. And we have timeout on the floor. 11:52 to go. Don't go anywhere. IPFW trails Central Michigan 43-35. We're back with more basketball in a moment here on College 5 Sports.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you remember where you were? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Minutes, 52 seconds remaining here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. The visiting Chippewas from Central Michigan University have a 43-35 lead over the host IPFW Mastodons, but freshman Lisa Lott Malfate hopes to cut into that deficit. She has a free throw coming, trying to complete a conventional three-point play, and she does. On a nice feed from Tina Moen. Malfate now with a half a dozen, and it's a 43-36 score. And IPFW putting a little pressure on full court style.
Well, they can play on a really tough man-to-man defense, so they've got to stay with it right now.
Stacey Verhoff being pounded by Tina Moen. She's getting up the dribble. They draw 5 count. And Eileen Kleinfelter calls a timeout from the bench. 30-second timeout.
She knew the 5 count was coming. Yeah.
That is the one advantage that coaches have now had. I think this is the second year, Dave Skelton, that coaches can call the timeout from the bench. It does not have to be a player on the floor. Well, you're IPFW, you're at home, you're down 7. What do you do?
Well, it could be a lot worse because their turnovers have really mounted up to 19. If they can control the ball and take good care of the basketball, they're getting better shots. They can stay in this thing.
There you see again a good close-up of Central Michigan head coach Eileen Kleinfelter. Hopefully she's had a chance to renew some acquaintances with some Fort Wayne people. Chan, 2 seconds on the shot clock, fires one up. Roberts with the rebound, and Natalie Roberts not afraid to utilize
the elbows.
You said it, I tried to describe it.
Okay.
Don's down by 7. Central content to stay in that man-to-man defense. Courtney Reed going from side to side. Pass intended for Moen, and it's a wayward pass. That's the 20th IPFW turnover.
Well, they got to keep playing the good defense.
We're down to 10 minutes and 56 seconds. Dana Westover will inbound it to Candace Wilson, and Courtney Reed picks her up the foul line extended. Chippewas going from left to right on your television screens this afternoon. And in the second half. And to Hurd. And to Wilson. Chan's a left-hander, got away with the travel and drew the foul. Drew the foul.
Yeah.
Tina Moen is going to be charged with her second personal foul. 5th team foul in IPFW. And Angel Chan will shoot 2. First free throw is no good. A rare miss for Central Michigan.
A rare miss if it was the first half. Second half, they haven't shot very well.
Hillary O'Connell and AJ Ashley Johnson back on the floor for IPFW. Second free throw is missed. Roberts with another rebound. Chan 0 for 2 at the stripe.
Central Michigan's 1 for 7 in the second half at the free throw line.
Nice spin move by AJ, but the shot is no good, and Dana Westover pulls down the rebound. Boy, AJ did everything to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, nice move, quick shot, got it up, just wouldn't go down.
Wilson gave up the dribble. Puts it to Westover. Lob pass in for Skufka. And Ann Skufka gets her 4th field goal of the afternoon. Advantage of being 6'2", one of the tallest players on the floor for your team.
And that's a offensive set that they try to grow with a lot.
Malfate way up top, and she is fouled. Skufka can't believe it. Ann charged with her 2nd. Team 4th. Still a long ways to go, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Central Michigan with a 9-point lead, 45-36. Wants to go posting, kicks it out and throws it away. Tried to hit Roberts, and Candace Wilson was in the way. Chan, that left-handed shot, bounces off no good. Roberts with her 3rd rebound, and she is fouled. Say one thing, Dave, about Natalie Roberts, as the foul is called on Angel Chan. Natalie Roberts can get a mean streak in her,
yeah.
And it's in a pleasant way of saying it. Something that IPFW needs with 9:23 to go.
Yeah, the opponent definitely knows they're not going to take that ball away from them.
Lewis Carlisle back on the floor, along with Samantha Edwards, Hillary O'Connell, Ashley Johnson, and Natalie Roberts. Roberts wants to drive on Skufka. Right-hand shot, no good. Loose ball picked up by Candace Wilson. Hurd, 10-footer, gets the friendly bounce.
Yes, she did. She used all of the rim.
Sharonda Hurd now has 8 points, 2 field goals, 4 free throws. JLC off the glass, can't buy it, but Samantha Edwards with the offensive rebound. Oh, the look on John Lewis Carlisle's face says it all. Frustration. AJ in the trees, draws the foul and knocks the shot down. That is the first field goal of the day for the senior from Kokomo. Hannah Tiki coming in for IPFW. Letitia Luckett coming in for Central Michigan. And the foul is charged to Sharonda Hurd, her second. Team 6th. AJ misses the free throw.
It's a rare miss for AJ.
47-38 is our score. Central Michigan on top. The Chippewas have the basketball. Wilson being hounded by Hillary O'Connell. Luckett nearly traveled.
IPFW is back in his zone defense at the moment.
Interesting, with just over 8 minutes to play. Luckett to the hole, knocks it down. Letitia Luckett now has 6 points. Central Michigan not afraid to take the ball inside.
No, and she attacked the middle of that zone that time, got the open shot, knocked it down.
IPFW needs to set some screens for these perimeter players. Hannah Tiki goes to the hole and gets hacked. She'll shoot a couple. Foul, I believe, is going to be called on Letitia Luckett. That is her first. Timeout on the floor. 7:44 to go. IPFW on the short end of a 49-38 score. Back with more IPFW women's basketball in a moment here on College 5 Sports.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam. Ewa.
Rita. Apa apa? Pa.
Mir. Shanti.
Yep, sangok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Come to.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fe.
around the world.
Señal is the high.
Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Good move by Hannah Tiki, driving to the basket and drawing the personal foul. 7:44 to go. IPFW down 49-38, but Hannah Tiki, the 5'9" freshman out of Kokomo, Indiana, with a chance to dwindle that deficit by 2. She has 2 free throw opportunities. First free throw is good. Now, Dave Skelton, I think it's very clear what IPFW has to do. Put the clamps on the defense, tighten it up, make some stops, and hit some shots.
Yeah. They've done a little better on controlling the turnovers here in the last couple of minutes.
Tiki knocks both free throws down. And Nellie Roberts forces a Central Michigan turnover. Tiki on the run. Inside feed. Roberts cut off by Westover. Big possession for IPFW. Down by 9. Ball into Edwards, kicks it back out. Long 3-point shot for Hillary O'Connell is good. The 5th-year senior from Warsaw High School knocks down her 2nd tray of the afternoon.
And if she could come back down and do that again, that would be a great, great surge for IPFW.
The Central Michigan lead is down to 6, 49-43, under 7 minutes to go. Luckett kicks it back out, Skufka back on the floor. Westover's long jumper, no good, but Skufka with the offensive board, give and go. Westover draws the foul, and that's just good teamwork between Ann Skufka and Dana Westover. Good eye contact.
Unfortunately, the foul was on AJ.
That is her second, team sixth. Dana Westover at the free throw line. She knocks down the first one. She is now 3 for 7 at the line this afternoon to go along with a couple of field goals. Second one a little strong, but Skufka with the offensive rebound. Oh, nice feed. Westover was right there. Dana on the spot, unintended.
A good look by Skufka.
Reach in foul on Letitia Luckett, trying to steal the ball away from Ashley Johnson.
And that was an unnecessary foul and not a wise thing to do, because that sends AJ to the line, and she's a 90% free throw shooter.
There is a good look at the senior from Kokomo, one of the tri-captains, Ashley Johnson. Misses, uncharacteristically, her second free throw of the day. She's now 2 for 4 at the stripe. The lead is still 9. We're under 6.5 minutes. For Central to start taking some of the air out of the basketball.
IPFW back
Westover,
in that zone.
shot partially blocked. Roberts picks it up. Gives it off to Johnson. Natalie is fouled, and she'll shoot 2. And that's one of the strengths of Natalie Roberts, when she's getting that low block.
Yeah, turnaround jumper.
Foul is on Dana Westover. That's 3 on Dana. 8th team foul. Natalie Roberts, the junior from Connorsville, Indiana, with the free throw attempts. Knocks down the first one. Zunko back on the floor for Central Michigan. One more free throw coming for Natalie Roberts. That one is good as well.
We need all of those we can get.
52-45 with 6 minutes to go here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Central Michigan trying to get their first road win of the season. IPFW trying to get their second home win. Chan has to drive on AJ. Launches a 3. No good, but the long rebound comes out to Central. Chan, drew the foul. Ball got away from her. And I think Hannah Tiki picks up her 4th, 7th team foul. So now Central Michigan is at the free throw line.
And Tiki picked up her.
She goes to the bench with 4 fouls, Dave. John Lewis Carlisle comes back on the floor. Big free throws coming up for Angel Chan. She knocks down the first. Chan now in the afternoon has 1 point. Make it 2 points. 2 or 4 at the line. Central lead is back up to 9.
IPFW can't get a prolonged stretch.
Big 3-point field goal. First field goal of the second half for John Lewis Carlisle, and Chris Paul calls a 30-second timeout. And that time, Doc, the Dons got the ball. 30. Got the ball to John Lewis Carlisle, and JLC knocked down her 3rd 3 of the afternoon.
Yeah, that's a big bucket. IPFW needed the offense, cut that lead down a little bit. 6 is a manageable deficit to overcome, but they've got to keep playing the really good defense.
We got to look at one of the things that I like about any coach, but Chris Paul, he's not only talking to his team, he's teaching his team. Showing, here's what you got to do. Get your hands up on the defense and play it as best as you can these final 5 minutes and 27 seconds. IPFW coming out with full court pressure on Central, and Wilson is double teamed and nearly loses it. There's Chan, and she forces a shot up and in and draws the foul. Oh my.
Yeah.
2 of the foul is called on.
They just made the...
Natalie Roberts
Natalie
is charged with the foul. Chan with a chance for a three-point play. No good. Edwards with the rebound, and double teaming forces another IPFW turnover. Central Michigan.
Yeah, both teams are going with that trap pressure defense, full court.
But when somebody's double teamed, somebody's open. Chan misses the bunny.
Good
Samantha Edwards has the ball, and she has it knocked out of her hands for a moment. AJ has her pass picked off by Westover. Chippewas can run some more time off the clock. They're up by 8 with 4:43 to go. And IPFW has to make a defensive stop.
Not fouled. Both teams are now in the two-shot bonus.
Wilson forces it up, no good. But Central gets her own ball back. Edwards fouled by Westover, no call, and now a ticky-tack reach-in foul I think is going to be called on Letitia Luckett. That's her third. Downs will take it any way they can get it.
That's right.
4:22 to go. 10th team foul on Central Michigan, so Samantha Edwards, the redshirt freshman from suburban Lansing, Michigan, will shoot two. Timeout situation, IPFW with a full and a 30, and Central Michigan with a full and 2 30s. First free throw just a touch strong by Samantha Edwards.
Yeah.
Courtney Reed, Julianne Huna in, Natalie Roberts, Ashley Johnson out.
Samantha needs to relax, get the bend in her knees, and follow through.
Cut the deficit to 7 if she can make the free throw. In and out, no good. Dana Westover with the rebound. 2 opportunities gone astray for IPFW. For Central Michigan to start working the clock as we near the 4-minute mark. Skufka back on the floor. Inside feed to Westover, wide open off the glass and in.
Yeah, that low post move has been very productive for Central Michigan.
Jonna Lewis Carlisle has her pass knocked away, picked up by Candace Wilson. Outlets it to Westover, and another bunny off the glass. Dana Westover now has 7 points in the second half. She scored the last 4 Chippewa points, and they've extended their lead to 12, 60-48. And timeout, the 32nd timeout called by Chris Paul. He's down to 1 timeout left.
Well, that's a good timeout, though, because he's got to keep things within grasp, and they're about to get out of hand.
For tickets to IPFW athletic events, call 260-481-6000, or you can go to the brand new IPFW athletics website, www.gomastodons.com. Ticket packages are available for both men's and women's basketball. Also want to remind you, coming up next for IPFW women's basketball, Tuesday night, they are on the road at IUPUI. And then 1 week from tomorrow, Sunday, December 10th, Hoopla, here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Valparaiso will take on Ball State in Game 1, and then IPFW will host the Hoosiers of Indiana University at 3:30. Again, that's Hoopla next Sunday, December 10th, here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. So I want to remind you, now Central Michigan calls a 30-second timeout. They now have 1:30 plus a full timeout left. Again, Hoopla next Sunday. And it's going to be neat seeing the Indiana Hoosiers here, Doc.
Yes, it will. They're playing pretty well this year. I think their record's something like 6-1.
They have a new head coach. Yeah, again, the first horn has gone off here. 3:35 left in the contest. It is Central Michigan University from the Mid-American Conference 60, IPFW, soon to be in the Mid-Continent Conference 48. Courtney Reed will inbound the basketball. She can find a teammate open. What a pick set by Jonna Lewis Carlisle, but 5-second call. That's the second time that the foul call has been called on IPFW. And now you have the 2 female officials, Tina Clark and Kim Hobbs, getting together right in front of us.
And I think one of them may have calling a...
And, well, the call's going to go for Central. Well, Central has the basketball.
Yeah, IPFW got caught flat-footed that last time when there were 4 people on the floor. No one moved to the basket or to the ball until it was too late.
Especially if it's the second time today that's happened to IPFW. Down to 3:18. Candace Wilson looking for a cutter underneath. 10 on the shot clock. There's almost stole by Weathers. Picked off by John Lewis Carlisle. Dons have numbers, 3 on 2. Reed has got to spin around, and her shot is off the mark. Huna tries to force a shot up. Ball's out of bounds, and they're going to say it was last touched by the Dons. And royal frustration right now for the blue and white. Sharonda Hurd coming in for the Chippewas, replacing Ann Skufka. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well. 60-48 with 3 minutes to go. You are watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 5 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into... who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
The graphic says it all. Exactly 3 minutes left on the second half game clock. Central Michigan Chippewas leading IPFW 60-48. And then you see a tip pass. Ball comes loose. There's Julianne Huna. And she tries to hit Jenna Lewis Carlisle and throws it away. So 26 Mastodon turnovers as opposed to 15 on Central Michigan. That's part of the reason why the Chips have a 12-point lead.
Yeah, 16 of those 26 have come in the second half.
Candace Wilson watched by Hillary O'Connell. Sharonda Hurd averaging nearly 12 points a game. Hasn't scored that many today. Keep away time and look for your backdoor cutter. Down to 8 in the shot clock. Chan.
Really good
4
defense.
seconds. Chan knocks. Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul on Lieselot Malfate with 3 seconds on the shot clock. And Angel Chan will go to the line, shoot 2.
Shot clock was running down. The player was going nowhere.
His 3rd foul on Lieselot.
Tough break.
Yep, Angel Chan has played very well in the second half for Central Michigan. She makes the first free throw. She now has 5 points. Alita Baker's dozen, 61-48. One more free throw coming. And that's good as well. And now the Dons have a lot of work to do in less than 2.5 minutes. Jenna Lewis Carlisle would love a pick. Inside feed.
Great pass.
Edwards up and in. Samantha Edwards from Jenna Lewis Carlisle. Central gets the ball over midcourt. Baseline jumper by Westover is in. Count it. We're going to count the bucket, but who's the foul on as John Lewis Carlisle hits the deck hard. They're going to count the bucket. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Sharonda Hurd.
Yeah.
And John Lewis Carlisle will go to the line to shoot 2.
One of those where the shot was in the air, and then the player contact away from the ball.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't recall who made the who made the field goal.
Number 4.
Dana Westover, I think, will get credit for it. John Lewis Carlisle knocks down the first free throw. This is her first free throw attempt of the afternoon. JLC is an 80% free throw shooter, but she makes both of them there. The lead is 12 as we're near the 2-minute mark.
Now you'll see Central really use the clock. Yep.
Chan rubs off a pick by Skufka. Lays it in. Angel Chan has really played well here. And now the Dons have a lot of work to do in less than 2.5 minutes. John Lewis Carlisle would love a pick. Inside feed.
Great pass.
Edwards up and in. Samantha Edwards from John Lewis Carlisle. Central gets the ball over midcourt. Baseline jumper by Westover is in. Count it. We're going to count the bucket, but who's the foul on as John Lewis Carlisle hits the deck hard. They're going to count the bucket. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Sharonda Hurd.
Yeah.
And John Lewis Carlisle will go to the line to shoot two.
One of those where the shot was in the air and then the player contact away from the ball.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't recall who made the who made the field goal.
Number 4.
Dana Westover, I think, yep. Credit for it. And John Lewis Carlisle knocks down the first free throw. This is her first free throw attempt of the afternoon. JLC is an 80% free throw shooter, but she makes both of them there. The lead is 12 as we're near the 2-minute mark.
Now you'll see Central really use the clock. Yep.
Chan rubs off a pick by Skufka. Lays it in. Angel Chan has really played well here in the second half.
Yeah, she's had a big second half. Good thing for Central Michigan that she has.
Well, Wilson just forced a turnover. Chan's going to take it down the floor again. Kicks it off to Hurd, and Hurd knocks down a 6-foot jumper, and it's all Chippewas right now.
Yeah, they're relaxed. Everything's going free and easy.
Hurd now with 10 points, 6 of them coming in the second half. 68-52 with 1:23 to go. Malfate top of the key, and she'll launch a 3. It's short. Sharonda Hurd with the rebound, and somewhere in the background I'm hearing a lady warming up singing, Doc.
Yes, a little bit. Sorry to say.
Chan is watched by Hillary O'Connell. We're at the 1-minute mark. Chippewa's going to come out of here with a victory. 8 in the shot clock. Central doesn't really care.
Yeah, they won't care if the shot clock runs out.
Westover misses the bunny, but Hurd gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul with 47 seconds left. And I think the foul is on Samantha Edwards, which is her first of the afternoon.
Frustration foul by Samantha that time.
Sharonda Hurd is 4 out of 4 at the foul line today, and she will have 2 coming here. She misses the first. And it's coming onto the floor is Brindy Houghton, number 12, along with Letitia Luckett. Skufka sits down, as does Candace Wilson. Second free throw on the way, and that is good.
Got the shooter's roll.
Sharonda Hurd with 11 points, averaging just under 12 a game. Courtney Reed gets a bank shot to go down. Courtney now with 7 points. Perhaps too little, too late. 34 seconds to go. It's a 15-point Central Michigan lead. Chan, kick it off. Baseline jumper is no good.
There's an air ball.
Oh, collision at front of the Central bench.
John Lewis Carlisle will probably.
John Lewis Carlisle and Angel Chan. I think it's Chan. Chan commits the foul. Who are they going to call the foul on? They're going to call it on
John Lewis Carlisle.
Oh my word, she had the ball.
Uh,
She had the ball and they called the foul on her? Here's a replay, Doc, and there you see Jana going after, actually had the ball, and Chin smacks into her, and they're going to call the foul on JLC. I'll bite my tongue, being a former high school basketball official. I will bite my tongue. Officially, that's 4 fouls on Jana Lewis Carlisle. And Angel Chen is going to go to the foul line, and there is royal frustration. The 3 officials, well, you don't see it in your picture, but they are meeting at the top of the key. And you see, is that Donette?
That's Donette.
Donette here today.
She's resting after having had a big Thanksgiving weekend a week ago.
Well, 21.3 seconds, and Chris Paul has used his final timeout. But it's all academic. It's a 15-point Central Michigan lead. The Chippewas will win their first game away from Rose Arena. They will improve to 3-4 overall. IPFW will drop to the 500 mark, 3-3, and it will be Tuesday night at IUPUI. Chan knocks down the first free throw to make it 70-54.
Chan has had a big second half.
Scoreless in the first half, and she's done all her damage in period number 2. 9 points, a chance to make it 10. As Kendra Holman comes in for the last 21 seconds. The free throw is no good. So we had to Edwards with the rebound. Central still full court pressing, up 16 with 15 seconds to go. Jana Lewis Carlisle. Would like to get a good shot off. JLC takes it strong, scores, and is fouled. And let's see who they call the foul on. They're going to call the foul on Brooke Heike, who in the lineup for the first time. Comes with 8 seconds to go. And Jana Lewis Carlisle, the bright spot scoring-wise, going after her 18th point. Doesn't get it. Heike pulls down the board. And Central's going to run out the clock. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. The horn goes off. Our final score today, Central Michigan 70, IPFW 56. Players and coaches.
And it was a closer, tougher game than that final score would indicate.
Doc, real briefly, due to time constraints, Central Michigan today 23 of 54 from the floor for 43%. 0 of 8 from three-point range, 24 out of 40 at the foul line for 60%. So IPFW 18 of 50 from the floor for 36%, 6 of 15 from three-point range for 40%, 14 of 20 at the line for 70%. Leading scorers for Central Michigan, Dana Westover with 15 points, Sharonda Hurd with 11, and Stacy Veerhoff with 10. For IPFW, Jana Lewis Carlisle with 17, only down in double figures today. As we get a look at the good feed there from JLC to Courtney Reed. And the Dons go back to work. And they've got 2 days to get ready for the Jaguars from IUPUI down in Indianapolis on Tuesday night.
27 turnovers for the ball game, 17 in the second half. Really made it tough for them to mount any kind of a charge to catch up.
Other numbers real quickly, you should say 27 turnovers on the Dons to 15 for Central. IPFW at 4 blocks to 3 for the Chips. 16 steals for Central Michigan to 6 for IPFW. Rebounding goes to Central Michigan 39-36. And again, it was a much closer game than the final 70-56 score would indicate. That's it, Dave. We'll see you down the road. Also want to remind you, the replay of this game will be seen tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on College 5 Sports. This time we want to thank the College 5 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 5 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and is the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this telecast of IPFW Sports, and we thank you for joining us again. For Dave Scout, this is Mike Maas. Our final score, Central Michigan University 70, IPFW 56. Next live sports telecast next Saturday, December 9th. Men's basketball, IPFW versus Kent State at 2 p.m. That's it. We'll see you later. Good night from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.